5 things you must do to help ensure your child has a successful school year. I'm Brian B. Childs, and welcome back to another episode of Ask a Daddy. I have a special guest with me today, my baby girl Layla. Say hi, baby.
Hi. Tip number 1.
Meet and establish a relationship with your child's teacher. Now, I don't know about you, but my kids are my most valuable possession. I'm not just going to entrust them to anyone. So, very first thing I say that you need to do at the beginning of a school year is you need to meet your child's teacher. You need to get to know them, exchange phone numbers, right? This is going to work in a couple of ways. One is going to let you know who they are, whether I'm talking about whether your kid is in kindergarten all the way up through. I probably honestly am going to stop around 10th grade, but that's just me. But it'll let you know who your kids' teachers are, as well as it'll let your kids' teachers see that your child has a concerned parent. And that's going to help the teacher to treat your child a little bit differently. Now, is that right or wrong? I don't know. But again, I know my kids, it's my job to help make sure they get every advantage possible. So that's going to help them get an advantage. That's tip number 1. If you don't meet your kids' teachers, slap yourself. Hold it 2.
Tip number 2.
Give the teacher a game plan for working with your child. This is your opportunity for you to introduce your child to the teacher. Make sure the teacher knows, what types of things you use for when it comes to motivating your child, when it comes to having to discipline your child. How do you get your child to perform? Give the teacher a game plan, right? You guys come up with something and work together. One thing I would caution you of is don't give the teacher a bunch of negative feedback. Right? Because if she hears you talking negatively about your child, then she'll think, oh, that's just what it is. This must be a bad kid, or so on and so forth. So keep it positive, develop a game plan, give the game plan to your teacher. There we go.
Tip number 3.
Commit to supporting academic activities with your children and not just athletic ones. Put your money where your mouth is, right? We talk about wanting our kids to do well in school all the time, but then we show up to all the athletic events and we don't show up to anything that has to do with academics. You want your child to do well when it comes to academic activities, then you show them that you're concerned with their academics as much as you are with their athletics. Show up to reading the book fairs and the science fairs and the whatever else, field trips. Do different things to make sure your kids know that you care about that side as well.
Tip number 4.
Talk about school with your child daily. Make it a point to discuss school with your kid, right? Some examples could be, of course, how was your day? That's an easy one. Something else you might want to ask your kid is, hey, what questions did you have for the teacher today? Things that you didn't understand, what questions did you have for the teacher today? Something else you might want to ask your kid is, hey, do you like your school? Notice I said, do you like your school, not do you like school in general? Do you like your school? This will give you an opportunity to find out, whether there's some things going on at school that maybe you don't know about, right? Talk to your kids about school daily. So again, they know it's important to you and they can see that, and then you can gauge how important it is to them as well based on their responses.
Tip number 5.
Be willing to make changes to get results. Look, if what you're doing is not working, be willing to make changes. Maybe you might need to change up some routines. Maybe you need to change up, I don't know. Again, I'm very conscious about changing rules because if you change rules too much, then your kids, it seems like you don't have any order. But just if there's things that need to be changed up, if things aren't going the way they should be, maybe it's a class. Maybe you really need to worry about and try and see about getting your kid in a different class or getting a tutor or anything. If it's not working, you cannot be afraid to change it.
Bonus.
Bonus. All right. Yesterday on my Facebook page, I put out a discussion forum and asked basically people for what ideas or what tips or strategies or things need to be included on this list. And I said that I would go on and feature one if I deemed that it was, one that I didn't think of, but I think it needs to be mentioned, an honorable mention, if you will. Now, I had a lot of people that chimed in. I want to thank everyone. I want to thank Sean Kelly. Want to thank Tavares Jones, Nicole Washington, Anna, right? Kitchens. I want to thank her. I want to thank let me see. We're just going to say V. Diaz. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your name. And again, I had a few other people, between Twitter, between Facebook, I had a few people chime in. However, the honorable mention, the one that I want to go on and share with you today that I think definitely needs to be included, that I did not include in my list, but I think it's a great one. Again, I said the other ones weren't great, but Set Goals by Miss Tamika Dunn. Okay, I think goal setting is important. That's something that we need to do with everything in our lives anyway, right? So the younger you start setting goals with your kids and helping them learn how to set their own goals, the better they will become at it, and hopefully the more they will accomplish. So at the beginning of the school year, beginning of each 9 weeks, you know what I mean? Look at where they are, where they want to be, help them set the goal, and then help them develop a plan to reach the goal. All right, so those were the 5 tips with bonus. If you found that useful or helpful, please don't be stingy, right? Share the video, tweet the video, whatever you need to do, right? Make sure you get the word out. Also, please hit the like button. That's going to help out a lot. If you like the video, hit the like button, share the video. Anyway, make sure you stop by www.askdaddy.com, see what we have going on over there. And remember, being a daddy is awesome. You want to say something, baby?
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.